Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a videos a day from Man Only. Leftover women find out the hard way that men aren't committing to them anymore. Duh. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow time.
3 days ago, I made the decision to break up with my boyfriend of 6 years.
The reason why women generally leave relationships and marriages, it's because they feel like they can do better with another guy.
Hey fellas, welcome to today's video. We're diving into a topic that's been making waves lately. Leftover women learn the hard way as more men aren't committing to them anymore. It's a discussion that sheds light on some important trends in modern dating. So stick around to learn more. And if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's jump right in.
I see a lot of videos on this app of women who are in their 30s and single saying they're the only person that's single in their friend group. Like all their friends are partnered, they're having kids, or settling down, yada yada. For me, it's the opposite. I'm 30 and I've been invited to like maybe 2 friend weddings and none of my friends are settling down. None of my friends are even in relationships. So I feel I bring a very unique perspective to the conversation on men and like dating in your 30s because not only am I 30 and single, a lot of my friends are 30 and single and they live across the country. So this isn't just like, oh, I'm in San Diego, it's the San Diego guys. No, this is literally from East Coast to West Coast. And you can tell me I'm biased, but literally all my friends are hot, bad bitches who are independent and have really solid careers. So like,
Really?
in my mind, these are people that should have a boyfriend. Like you'd want to date them. But literally nothing is...
No, you literally just said the exact opposite of what men. Strong, independent boss babes. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Men have been telling you guys this whole goddamn time. You guys never listen to a jack squat what we say.
working out for any of my friends. If it were just me, I would think, okay, I'm the problem. But the fact that this is my friends that are across the country that are having this issue,
Maybe
it's
you
the
guys
men.
are the problem.
Like, it's literally, it speaks to the quality of men. It's just always so disappointing. And listen, I'm not saying there's not good men. There are. But the ones that are, they get scooped up because there's like 10 of them. There's like 10 good ones and 5,000 terrible ones. I'm waiting for the day that someone proves me wrong. I really am. Please, a man, please, anyone, prove me wrong.
You know, it's crazy how so many women out there are all chasing after the same 10% of men and then turn around and complain about how these guys treat them. But let's be real here, ladies. If you're constantly going after the same group of guys, Chads and Tyrones, who are known for cheating, lying, and treating you poorly, then maybe it's time to take a step back and reevaluate your choices. I mean, think about it. Those so-called high-value men, Chads and Tyrones, that women are chasing after are often the ones who are just not ready for a real relationship. They're the ones who thrive on drama and chaos, leaving a trail of heartbreak behind them.
True.
And yet, women keep chasing after them because of the emotional roller coaster they provide. But what about the guys who are actually consistent and respectful? The ones who don't play games or give you crazy ups and downs? It seems like they're the ones getting the short end of the stick here. And with social media and dating apps amplifying the attention on below-average women, it's no wonder they think they deserve these high-value men while offering very little in return. Let's face it, ladies. While there may be plenty of crap men, Chads and Tyrones, out there, there are also women who need to take responsibility for their own behavior.
Yep.
It's not just about blaming men anymore. Women need to start valuing and appreciating men again, instead of just focusing on their own careers and independence. And sure, having a solid career and independence might be attractive to some women, but let's not forget what men really care about. It's not your job or your money that's going to attract them. It's about who you are as a person and how you treat others. So,
And that's why we're not committing to you. Because you guys are miserable, freaking greedy, materialistic whores. A lot
before
of
you start complaining about how there are no good men out there, maybe take a look in the mirror and ask yourself if you're really bringing anything valuable to the table. Because let's face it, the wall is undefeated, and sooner or later, you're going to have to settle.
I honestly want to know if boys are okay. Because I just ended a situationship with a guy, beautiful person, but I've learned
You must have
just
really
a
liked him.
scared boy, and that's okay. But I ended it because we've been talking for a while and spending a lot of time together recently, so I instigated the conversation of like, what are we doing? Because I told you if
He was happy with the situationship, girl. Now you want to start putting commitment on him? Of course, that's why he's fucking flaking on you.
If you do these things, I will fall for you. And then you did these things, and surprise, surprise, I'm falling for you. And I don't want to waste my time or do that one-sided. And I was hit with the classic response of, oh, I think I misread the situation because I thought we were just hanging out and getting to know each other. I love spending time with you, but I need to build a friendship before I jump into anything. Like anything that we were doing was friendship focused. But regardless, the usual. And so I said, I hear you saying that you don't want what I want and that you're not ready, and that's okay. But rather than assist you in hurting my feelings, I think it's kinder to both of us for me to listen to what you're saying and let you figure that out on your own. And his response to me ending the situationship then was, a part of me feels like it's someone else, as if the reason that I've ended the situationship is because I'm pursuing something on the side with someone else. I'm just like, what? Like, sir, I just bore my soul to you and told you that I'm falling for you.
And he doesn't feel the same way. Doesn't that suck? Too bad!
Explained to you that the way that my heart works is that if I'm building a connection with someone who I think is worth it, I subconsciously block myself off from other opportunities with other people because I don't have endless capacity or desire to build connection.
And that's why you shouldn't be in a situationship in the fucking first place. Find a man that is actually into you, that wants to build with you, then do everything you're doing now. Instead of finding some guy that you think is hot, wants to fuck you, and let him fuck you until the point you fall in love with him and spill your beans, and he's like, hold up, swolled up, I'm out.
Connections with numerous people, especially when I think the one that I'm currently building is with a good person that I could see something with. And his response to that was, oh, that didn't even occur to me. To be honest, I don't want to lie to you. Like, I've been going on dates. And so he's dating other people, and I'm the sad simp bitch who's like, please love me and let me love you. But then you flip the switch on.
This is exactly how men feel. You're barely experiencing and explaining how almost every single man have ever felt majority of their life. Sucks, doesn't it?
Me and say that you think the reason I ended things is because of someone else. Like,
it doesn't make sense, does it?
Boys are out here acting all damaged by women when y'all are just blocking your own blessings and scaring yourselves out of...
Girl, calling yourself a blessing is a bit much. You can use some work. Just saying.
Potentials with people who just want to love you. It doesn't make any sense.
You know, it's crazy how many
exact
guys
same
out
thing.
there are just not willing to commit these days. They're always looking for the next best thing, afraid they might miss out on something better down the road. It's like they want to keep their options open, have fun without any strings attached. But hey, can you blame them? Especially when they're dealing with women who have these sky-high, unrealistic expectations. Let's face it, some women can be incredibly selfish. They want all the perks of a relationship without actually committing to one. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it too,
Of course.
you know? And this poor guy, he probably didn't have any deep feelings for her.
Mm-hmm.
He was just stringing her along because he couldn't
I wouldn't say he poor guy here, man only. This guy probably knew what he was doing also. I admit that.
handle her unrealistic demands. I mean, it's clear as day. He was thinking short term, while she was planning for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, that's a recipe for disaster right there. Men these days, they're all about living in the moment, enjoying themselves without any long-term commitments. They want the girlfriend experience.
Tell you the truth, I tell you guys I date, but it's not very few women that I ever meet that are going to be for long-term purposes. Because there's just so few women that I can consider that, oh, you know what? I'll give them some time to learn a little bit more about them. Maybe they'll be good wives and mothers. No, most of them off the bat are just like, nah, I'll pass.
Without actually being in a committed relationship because, well, who knows? Maybe something better will come along. It's sad, really. Women think that men revolve their lives around them, but the truth
Some
is,
do.
we'd rather be alone than waste our time and effort on someone who's just not worth it. So yeah, it's not surprising that he didn't want to commit. Can you blame him?
I am truly at a loss right now. I don't even have the proper words to describe all of the emotions that I am feeling right now. I have absolutely had it with men. It's like literally no matter whether I intentionally date or I meet someone in the wild, it doesn't matter how it plays out, I always get hurt in the end. Always.
Because you're always going after the exact same type of archetype men. That's why.
Tell me why I went on the best first date ever a few days ago.
course.
Before the date, this guy was future planning with me already. On the date, he mentioned a second date. After the date, he texted me and told me that I was good vibes, and then haven't heard from him since Sunday night. Then, to make that worse, my ex-situationship texted me today. Hey gorgeous, how are you doing? And you know what's the worst thing of all? The more this happens, the more it reinforces to me that maybe I'm not worthy of a relationship, and maybe all I am good enough for is a situationship.
They're learning, men. They're learning. They're learning that their value is not in the marriage market.
Because if I'm being honest, my ex-situationship is the only consistent man in my life. I can't get situationships to commit to me. I can't even get guys who claim they want commitment to commit to me. And I know everyone always says, oh, it's not you, it's a reflection of them. I have been consistently dealing with this for years, okay? The last time I got absolutely heartbroken was in September. And I told myself, I was like, nope, this is never gonna happen again. What do you know? The next guy I kind of start getting interested in ghosts me. So at this point, it's like, okay.
It sounds like you project, I could be wrong, all of your insecurities and all of the shitty things that the men of the past did to the current man, and that's why it hardly ever works.
Either there is a really big me problem that I am just not aware of, like I have the blinders on and can't see, which I find really hard to believe because I am extremely self-aware and hyper-aware. Or option two, maybe this whole relationship love thing is just not in the cards for me. And you know what's funny too is this guy that ghosted me, I remember getting kind of icked out when he started planning the future with me before we had even met. So now I'm sitting here thinking, should I have trusted those little red flags that popped up? The answer is probably yes, but of course I didn't listen because I give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and here I am, the one getting hurt in the end. And it's not even him that I'm upset about. Like, I really don't have any attachment towards this man. I know that might be hard to believe, but like, I'm more upset over the situation. I'm upset over the fact that these men promise you things and talk to you like they like you so much, and then one day they just choose to never talk to you again.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game that you women created that men have to play.
Nothing makes me feel more worthless than when someone does that to me. You can't even take 2 seconds out of your day and treat me like a normal, decent, respectable human being. And then instead I have to sit here and pick up the pieces and create a story as to why this didn't work out. I am so exhausted. And I know this isn't all men. I really try to believe that this is not all men. But like I said, I am just at a loss for words over the fact that this just happened, especially with the guy that I was just dealing with. Like, never in a million years would I have expected this to happen.
It's unfortunate that some women feel the pressure of the biological clock ticking and become desperate as a result.
Yep.
This desperation often leads to insecurity and a lack of self-love, which can be detrimental to both themselves and their relationships. In today's dating scene, men are increasingly hesitant to commit to modern women due to various factors such as drama, child support issues, and the fear of divorce. Many men are wary of entering into relationships where their hard-earned assets could be at risk. The concept of half his, half mine is no longer appealing to men who have worked hard to build their lives. They don't want to risk having everything they've accumulated over the years be taken away by an ungrateful partner. In the modern dating landscape, commitment seems to be a rare commodity.
It is.
People are more focused on having multiple options and maintaining a roster rather than investing in a deep, meaningful relationship. It's essential for women to take a step back and reflect
To
on
tell the truth, both sex nowadays are just like this. You know, us men have kind of pretty checked out. A lot of us are only just dating just to, you know, other than that, we're not really dating to commit. We're not dating or anything. So it's ruining the market even more as men are turning away because what's left? It's just the Chad and Tyrone's just blowing these women's backs out. And they're just going to keep getting more and more upset that these Chad and Tyrone's literally have all the options because all the other men just like, you know what? You want Chad and Tyrone? Have at it, ladies.
what they truly want in a relationship. Rushing into commitments or trying to force a man into something he's not ready for is likely to backfire. Men want to feel respected and appreciated for their masculine energy, and they want a partner who allows them to take on the role of the hero when needed. If a woman gives off a vibe that she's too desperate or unwilling to let a man lead, it's understandable why he might choose to ghost her.
3 days ago, I made a
The desperate part, I'm not so whatever about, but it's the more the not willingness to let me lead thing that fucking upsets the shit out of me.
decision to break up with my boyfriend of 6 years because he refuses to give me a ring. His explanation is that he doesn't have money right now. And I said, I don't care that you don't have money. What I care about is you wanting to make the commitment. Anyway, this video is not about this because I feel so much better, so much happier. Thank you, dopamine. Today's decision is a little bit drastically different. And honestly, I decided I want to take the role of inspiring you because my messages literally flooded. My DMs flooded with women going through the same thing, being with their mans for 8-9 years, even worse than me, and no sign of not even kids, marriage. There was talk of marriage in my relationship. I'm not going to say there wasn't, but the issue is that
To me, it's just kind of funny that you've been together for that long. Why does the marriage even matter anymore? You've been together for 9 years. Why don't you just start having kids and live your life together? All these women are just so on it about this marriage, this piece of paper. Why? Because they know it gives them the advantage. It gives them some kind of insurance policy, life insurance policy, retirement plan. Without that piece of paper, they know they don't got it.
there's excuses, and to me that's unacceptable. I'm 28. I don't have time for that. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, honey. Not getting any younger. Neither are you. So my challenge for you is to start taking care of yourself, bitch. Get the fuck up. Let's go to the gym. Sorry. I'm gonna stop cussing. What helped me make this decision is
Makes sense why he didn't commit to you.
starting to take care of myself. I took care of myself. I started going to the gym. I started eating good. I started focusing on my job, focusing on my career. And guess what? With that comes confidence, self-empowerment, which gives you the strength to do things that you don't want to do. But at the end of the day, it helps you build that mentality that I'm a good person, I deserve the best, and I should.
Really? That I deserve the best? I have never in my god dang life thought that I deserved the best in any aspect of my life. I've always wanted the best and strived for the best, but I don't think I've ever really gotten it, but I still strive for it. What is this deserve? Just because you worked on yourself, you deserve? No, you fucking don't. I literally had an email from a viewer saying he worked on himself and stuff like that, and he was just like, I'm still struggling, and he was like, I feel like I deserve a little bit better good looking women because now I've worked on myself, I'm fit, I'm over 6 foot. And I straight up told the man, just because, like, I get you're getting the same feeling that women are getting because you've upgraded and you think you belong in a certain sector now because you built yourself up. You look down on everybody else that you might qualify for. That's the problem. And this is a very similar thing for men. So there's no deserve. I could be a billionaire. Just because I'm a billionaire doesn't mean I deserve kids, I deserve a wife, I deserve anything. You have to earn everything, guys. That is the harsh reality of the world, and especially for us men.
Not settle for less. And you know what, baby? I am here for you. It was like literally, it has been one of the hardest decisions, because when you don't want to leave something, there your thought process is, why should I? Like, I have the choice of staying, but at the end of the day, you have to make the choice. I could stay, but am I gonna be happy? I could stay, but is it gonna teach him a lesson? I could stay, but is it gonna make a difference in my life, or am I gonna be miserable, or is it just gonna make things worse, and I'm just gonna turn 50 years old and still be...
And that's what I'm saying. She makes it seem like everything was miserable. Why were you with him for 9 years? And if it was miserable, why would you want this man to marry you now if it was miserable, as you're explaining to me? Because I'm almost positive it wasn't. That's why you wanted him to commit.
in the same situation, married, actually not even married, but with kids now, but still no ring. And this is not to say that my goal in life is to marry. It is not. This is to say that these are things that I value. These are things that I grew up wanting, and I still want them. And I understand sometimes there is issues, but at the end of the day, it is excuses. If it is the love of my life, I will take a fucking $20 ring. If it is the love of your life, then price doesn't matter. What matters?
If it is the love of your life, why does the piece of paper and the actual wedding matter? And a single ring at all? Why don't you just live your life with the love of your life?
Is the thought, the wanting to make the commitment. And if there is none of that, then it is time for you to reconsider.
The man has been with you for 9 fucking years. What commitment are you talking about? He's already committed.
That doesn't mean that it's forever. That just means, hey, I'm giving you the chance. See me go, or do something about it.
It's understandable that a man would want to have his finances in order before settling down. After all, financial stability is crucial for building a future together.
And that's the thing, right? Men don't get financially stable until in our 30s. This is why the timeline for a lot of women and the biology timeline really fucks men over a little bit. We want good women. Good women are in their 20s. But we don't get to where women want us until in our 30s. So the women that we grew up with, the women that are in our age range, we're probably hardly ever going to qualify majority of the time.
Especially when children are in the picture. But it seems like this woman failed to recognize the importance of supporting her partner's goals and aspirations. Instead of standing by him and helping him achieve his dreams, she chose to walk away. And while it's okay to leave a relationship if it's not working out, it's clear that she didn't fully understand the consequences of her actions. By not supporting her man and his ambitions, she missed out on the opportunity to build a successful and fulfilling life together. And now, she's left to ponder what could have been. It's a harsh reality, but the blame falls squarely on her shoulders. If she couldn't uplift and support her man, then she had no business being with him in the first place. After all, what's the point of being in a relationship if you're not willing to stand by your partner through thick and thin? And as for the ring leading to marriage, well, she should have known better. A ring is just a symbol. It's what happens after the proposal that truly matters. If she couldn't see that, then she only has herself to blame for the outcome.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you on a date first? Because that's crazy to me. Like, when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're, like, making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not gonna say something, how are you not gonna say something? Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many, like, times that guys want to say something to girls.
That shit probably pisses me off. One of them, where's the huevos? So you're talking about men don't have balls? We don't have balls because women keep trying to chop our balls off. That's why a lot of men don't have balls. Women have chopped off their balls when they were kids and been chopping it and been keeping it chopped off this whole time. Now every time a man tries to step up, he gets chopped off even more. Like, it's crazy that these women don't even see any of this. They don't see the men getting jailed, the men lives getting ruined, the men's killing themselves over having huevos.
Girls, and they don't. Like, is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Like, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just do it? Are you scared? Are you waiting for her to say something first? I like my man to be assertive and dominant. If you want to say something to me, say something to me. I'll give you the opportunity. I'll put my phone down. I'll drop the handkerchief. But I'm not gonna do it first. Should that not just be like the standard? Am I tripping?
Can't you just do it? Just do it. Where's your huevos? Where's your ovaries? Huh?
Like, tell me if I'm tripping. Let me know.
It's become abundantly clear on social media and in the dating world that many women have certain expectations that make it seem like men aren't wanted. It's like we're following a script, and some guys are just tired of playing along. You see, some men are genuinely looking for a life partner, but they also need to make sure they're ready for that kind of commitment themselves. And with all the games and drama that often come with modern dating, it's no wonder some guys just want peace and tranquility instead. In today's society, it often feels like women are only interested in money or manipulating men for their own gain. And for guys, facing rejection has become almost a routine part of life. It's exhausting to put yourself out there, only to face...
I mean, tell you the truth, that's a normal thing. I think that's part of men's life is rejection. Not just from women, but from everything.
Potential embarrassment or judgment from others. Men have become wary of approaching women because they fear being labeled as creepy or getting ghosted. They don't want to end up as the subject.
Like, I don't even care about being called creepy, but being posted and, badgered on the internet, that's a problem.
Of someone's TikTok video or be bashed on social media just for trying to spark a conversation. And you know what's really frustrating? When women claim they want a good man, but then they don't give those same men the time of day when they do approach. It's like there's this disconnect between what women say they want and how they actually behave.
Shoutouts to men only. Women really don't think they're flawed in any way, do they? They really think that they're strong, independent boss babes in every aspect of life, that men are clamoring for that. Women are just lost it. These are Drop Them Below. I really appreciate it. I catch you guys.